Hi guys, long time no see. The last time I made a video was the end of June, telling you my plans for my July rotation, the first rotation I've ever done, and then I disappeared and I haven't made a video, and today is September the 4th, I believe, Friday, September the 4th. I'm pretty sure. I can't believe it's September already, but I won't go into all that because everybody else has. Yes, the year has flown by, and I'm going to leave it at that. I have a lot to go over with you guys and a limited amount of time because I have to go pick up my middle child from school. My oldest is out of town with her dad currently, and my husband is home today and he's playing video games with my youngest in the other room, so I had to bring my phone in here to record because I just can't do it. I can't record around family. It makes me anxious and I feel stupid. So here I am. And by the way, I'm Annie with Stitchcraft and Scissordry. Hello to all my new subscribers. I so appreciate you subscribing even though I haven't done a video in 2 months. You might have thought that I would never come back. And I kind of thought that at times, but here I am. I'll just tell you really quick. My husband was out of town for the month of June and part of July for a course he was taking to be promoted to assistant manager at his job. I'm sorry, I'm getting hairs off this chair that I've got you sitting on. And he didn't come back till July the 10th. So when he came back, I was glad to have him home, first of all. And then the very next day, my middle child had a birthday party, and we went to see the Minions movie with some of her friends, and that was fun. And then my youngest son turned 3 on July the 20th, and we had his party July the 17th. So July was a busy, busy month. And then our school started back August the 10th. So the first 9 days of August were spent back to school shopping, supplies, clothes, whatever was needed, and just enjoying the last of the summer. And then school started, and you know how that is. I have a sophomore in high school this year and a first grader, and my precious 3-year-old who's still home with me. And I'm so grateful for that, to have one baby left. He's not really much of a baby anymore, boo-hoo. But I don't think there's going to be any more children in my future. I'm 40, but I'm not going to promise anything, knock on wood, because the women who say that are always the ones who have the surprise. And, yeah, we're not, let's don't go there. Okay, so July, I did my first WIP rotation. I had 4 WIPs, but only 3 of them got work done on them. My first WIP was my Heaven and Earth design, which is by Ching Chow Kuik. It's a quick stitch, and it's entitled Breaking Dawn. And you can search it on Heaven and Earth under Breaking Dawn. I wouldn't search it under Ching Chow Kuik because I'm not sure I'm even pronouncing his or her name right. But this is how far I got. I got the first column done. It's beautiful blues and purples and pinks. And this is the first column of page 1, I should say. This design has 9 or 12 pages, I can't remember. I want to say just 9 pages. But yeah, this is the first column of page 1. And page 1 will have some of her hair and face and one eye in it. So it's really not going to be that big. This is the size of the cloth. It's 20 by 24 on 14 count. So it's not going to be huge. And I really don't know the difference between quick stitches and minis, because some of the minis actually are the same size as this. Like I looked at Jessie Marie's mini pearl. It actually looked a little smaller than this. I might be wrong because it's hard to tell on video what size something is. But this is going to be on 20 by 24 inch, 14 count, and it's leaving me a 3-inch border all the way around. So not huge. So I'm wondering, do quick stitches just have less confetti? Is that why they're called quick stitches? I'm not sure. But this did have some confetti. And confetti to me is, I've been working in 10 by 10 blocks, and since I don't grid and I don't park, I work in 10 by 10 blocks. This is my first ever full coverage project, y'all. And it's harder than I thought it would be, because there is a lot of, in a 10 by 10 block, there's a lot of one color that's here, here, and here. Just 3 stitches, and they're randomly placed. And so I have to do the majority of the colors in the 10 by 10 block that have a lot of stitches, so that I'll have something to anchor those little onesies and twosies to. But anyway, we'll talk more about that when I have more time. But I enjoyed working on this, but it's gonna take me a while, to say the least. The next thing in my rotation was a Design Works kit, a Christmas ornament kit on plastic canvas called Festive Elves. And I got the first elf finished. And my daughter, Mary Grace, named him Elliot, because I told her we needed to come up with names for all the elves. So this is Elliot. And I did 2 strands of black for the back stitch. And he looks kind of cartoony. I don't know if you can tell that in his face. You can see that there's 2 strands there. And I'm not sure I like it. And I started elf number 2 and got this much done. And I'm just going to do 1 strand of back stitch on the other ones. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all together when I'm done. And so that was fun, but I really don't like plastic canvas because your needle falls out. I mean, once you get some stitches in, it kind of sticks. But in the beginning, you just have to really lay your needle at an angle to keep it from just going right through. So it's awkward. It's not my favorite. Okay, what next? After that week of the ornaments, I went to my first ever project on Evenweave. And if you're on Facebook, you've already seen this. I finished my first ever project on Evenweave. It's called Lovebird. It's by Midsummer Night Designs. It's a freebie. I think it may still be available on their website. I don't know, but I got it as a freebie when I ordered some charts from a company called Liberty Primitives on eBay. They sent me a copy of this chart, and I started it, and then I finished it in 10 days. And I think I only actually stitched on it for 8 full days, so I was pretty proud of myself. But it's on 28 count Evenweave in antique white, and it's just the cheap Evenweave by MCG Textiles. But that's what I'm using up. I have a lot of MCG Textiles Evenweave, and I'm using it up. I'm not going to buy any Lugana or anything like that until I've used up what I already have, because I just figure I want to use it. But this is it, and I'm so proud that I mastered Evenweave. Well, I mastered it on this project. I don't know. This one seemed to be very easy for me. I love the little bluebird. And I got joy out of this. It was like reading the last several chapters of a really good book, and you're rushing through it because you want to know how it comes out. And at the same time, when you're done, you're like, you know, gosh, I'm going to miss those characters. That's what this project felt like. It was just, I was in a mad rush to finish it because I was enjoying it and I wanted to have a finish. And I was very proud of myself. I won't show you the back because, okay, I'll show you the back. My backs are just messy. They just are. They are. And I cut my strands as short as I can get them, but it still looks messy. I try not to carry threads too far, like so far that they're that long or longer, but I do carry them. If it's within a small space, I'll carry them. Even that bugs me sometimes, but I'm getting over it. So that was my third WIP in my rotation, and I was supposed to have one more. I was supposed to have an Elizabeth Taylor pattern, full coverage pattern that was free from intricatecrossstitch.com, but I never started it because I got stuck on that thing and I wanted to finish it, and I was so happy. So I have a finish, and then I have Elliot, so that's a mini finish, right? So I have 2 finishes for July and August. Yay! And for some of you that might seem like nothing, but for me, who is, before I joined FlossTube, I just looked at the groups. I was a member of the groups. I've been members of cross stitch groups since 2012 when I first learned to cross stitch. That's when I first learned to cross stitch. And I've been members of groups for the past 3 years, but my stitching was limited. I showed my finishes in my first video, and there haven't been a whole lot. So I think I'm doing better. What I'm working on right now, let me just show you. I'm working on a kit by Designs for the Needle. It's called Queenie, and it's a picture of a black and white cartoonish cat with a crown cocked over one ear, and he's sitting on a red cushion, and it says Queenie. Well, I guess it's a she. It says Queenie above it with little quotation marks, and I think I threw away the picture of what it's going to look like when it's done, so I'm sorry I can't show you that. But I'm making it for my aunt because she nicknamed herself Queenie. I don't know if there was a character in a movie. Like, I want to say Auntie Mame, but I don't think there was anyone in Auntie Mame called Queenie, but she does love that movie. It is a good movie. But anyway, here is Queenie. So far I just have a lot of white, and I'm sorry, that looks really bad. There, the lighting in here is not good. I'm in my oldest child's room. I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, it's a lot of white stitches to make up the outline of the cat. And there is my needle minder is Lorelei and Rory at the dance marathon, the 24-hour dance marathon. And that's by Minding My Minders on Facebook. Jeannie Frakes is wonderful, and her minders are great. I highly recommend them, and I buy way too many. So that's what I'm working on now, along with the elves. And I'm not working on anything else but that and the elves that I can think of. So my rotation was in July. August, obviously I surrendered. I said I'm not going to do a rotation for August, and now it's September, and I'm just kind of stitching what I want to. And by the way, that kit came with 14 count Aida, I believe, and I took the Aida out and replaced it with more antique white 28 count Evenweave by MCG Textiles, because it has quarter stitches or 3/4 stitches. What's the difference between quarter stitches and 3/4? Quarter just go from here to here, right? Like from this square to the, my nose is itching and I'm making terrible faces, I'm sorry. From this square to right there, like they're just little short stitches, right? And 3/4 are the ones that are like a half stitch and then another quarter stitch going over it to anchor it, which I just learned today, and I'll have to tell y'all about that later. I've been doing, well, I haven't done any actually, so anyway, I'm rambling. The Evenweave fabric makes it easier because there's more holes and you don't have to pierce anything. So for those of you who are still stitching on Aida, please just buy one piece of 28 count Evenweave and give it a try, please. Just do it for me. Pretty, 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 please. Do it for me. Okay, that's enough begging. I have some stash. I'll have to run through it really fast, and we all know I'm no good at that. I got from 1-2-3 Stitch, I got these pieces. It's a really pretty, I'm not going to take it out of this plastic. It's 6 by 6 inch squares of Caribbean blue 28 count Jobelin. And Jobelin is, this is very soft. I did do some stitching. I picked out a Christmas ornament from a magazine that I also got, which I'm about to show you. And I did some stitching on this 28 count Jobelin. But the problem is these are so small that if I wanted a 3-inch border, the design would have to be like minuscule. And I was going to stitch these snowmen, and I started right here. See this white? Then I realized I wouldn't have enough for a 3-inch border. And maybe you don't need a 3-inch border for an ornament. I don't know, but I don't know how to finish off an ornament, first of all. I'm used to doing everything with a 3-inch border because I want to frame it. And so, I don't know exactly what you're supposed to do, but so if anybody has any idea on what you're supposed to do, because some of these are, the biggest piece in here, they're not all 6 by 6. The biggest piece is 7 by 7 or 7 by 8, but still, if you do a 3-inch border, you'd have to do 3 on either side and 3 on either side, so that's, your design would have to be really small. Anyway, I got some magazines, and that's why I'm rambling, because I got these cross-stitch, just cross-stitch magazines, excuse me while I lean over. I got the Christmas Ornament Edition from 2012, and I got the Christmas Ornament Edition from 2014. And they both have really cute ornaments, but like I said, I don't think I can stitch them on that, and I really wanted to, but anyway. And then I got the Halloween 2014, and of course the Halloween 2015, which all of you have seen. There's really cute stuff in all of them. I'm one of those stitchers who obviously just adds to my stash, because now I'm like, I don't know if I even want to stitch out of these. I'm sorry. I'm a new stitcher. Even though I've been stitching since 2012, I haven't done any quarter stitches. I haven't done any 3/4 stitches. I haven't done any French knots. I found a video on colonial knots. So look up colonial knots on YouTube, and it's Mary Corbett who did the video, I think her name is, and not Nora Corbett, but Mary Corbett. And she has a great tutorial. The background is her with some green floss. She does a great tutorial on the colonial knot. It looks a lot easier than the French knot, so give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. So far I've just looked at it and I haven't actually tried it, but it looks much simpler than a French knot. But as I was saying, I'm new, and some of these patterns just scare me, and I've been buying stuff, and then I get it home and I'm like, oh my god, it contains krennic. Oh my god, it contains quarter stitches, which don't freak me out so much anymore as the krennic. Everything I pick up seems to have krennic, Mill Hill beads, glisten gloss, which is some kind of floss by some company, I'm not even sure. I knew it and now I've forgotten it. But everything seems to have something besides DMC. And I know I can change it out. I could, and I probably will have to, because a lot of stuff I've purchased recently has it. Anyway, with that stash order from 1 2 3 Stitch, I bought 3 Prairie Schooler patterns, and these are the ones I got. I got double. They're all Halloween-ish. And I got Nevermore because I saw Ready Thready stitching this one, and I thought it was really cute. Not cute. Creepy and gothic and awesome, but not really cute. And then this one, which is also has a spooky house, is called All Hallows Eve. And so, yes, I would like to do all 3 of those, and I will one day. But I'm not a planner. I don't. You can tell I just watched Pyrex Stitch's video. She's doing a giveaway. She finished her Macintosh Mill, and she's doing a giveaway of a Macintosh Mill kit. And those are out of print. And she was talking about how she wanted someone to win it who had a plan. Even if the plan was several years in advance, she wanted to know it wouldn't just sit in the stash. So I did not even try to get that kit because I know myself. So, but it was a very nice giveaway. And I can't wait to see who wins, and I'm sure whoever wins it will enjoy it. Okay, I also got a book in the mail from eBay. It is called Cross Stitch Fairies, Over 50 Enchanting Designs. And I want to show you really quick what's in it. These have glisten gloss and krennic and Mill Hill beads. So I'm kind of discouraged already. But it starts out with this Garden Fairies design by Joan Elliott, which says, there are fairies in the bottom of my garden. I think that's what it says. Very cute. I apologize for the glare and the lighting in here. And they fashioned it into a wall hanging, and they have, this is why I got this book. Designed by Maria Diaz, the Birthday Fairies. These you can make into cards, and they have a fairy for every month of the year. And they have like the month of the year written down at the bottom. January, February, March, April, May. Here's the rest of them. Look at July. She's got a little 4th of July outfit on. So cute. Of course, July wouldn't be that for people outside of the United States now, would it? But yeah, these all contain DMC metallic. They contain krennic. Well, no, they contain DMC metallic. And some of them have, I think, that glisten gloss stuff. But I could just substitute, leave out the metallic and replace it with a color. You know, I could work my way around it. Now, this one's gorgeous. It's by Leslie Tier, and it's called Fairy Princess. Gorgeous! But she has a lot of, see those scattered stitches that you would need to know the pin stitch for? Go watch Carolyn Mazzio's video on the pinhead stitch, excuse me. And see, all this stuff frightens me because I'm just not there yet. I have mastered Evenweave though this year, guys. I have gone from Ada to Evenweave, baby steps. Okay, Fairy Alphabet designed by Claire Crompton. This is an alphabet all with fairies for each letter. There's the name Mia spelled out with fairies. Very cute. And it just shows the pattern for each letter. This is Nursery Fairies designed by Lucy Heaton. When the first baby laughed for the first time, that was the beginning of fairies. And I saw this same saying or poem on a Mary Englebright picture one time. And this is a very cute design. But I'm partial to Mary Englebright. I really love her artwork, and I know she's done cross-stitch designs as well. Joan Elliott's Fairy Godmother. It says, "May all your dreams come true." And that, I think, also has Krennigan beads and such. Yep, it does. And these are the Fairy Seasons by Leslie Tier. And look at that little fairy riding a fish. So cute. And here's one down here riding a seahorse. And they're just all different ones for the seasons. Spring fairies. I love this bluebell bowl. It's got the little fairy girl with bluebells. And just lots of different little fairies for spring. And then for the summer is the ones that I just showed you with a fish. Lots of beachy type designs. And then for autumn, you have these little girls with the leaves. And this one over here is a bookmark. He's playing a flute, sitting on a mushroom. But there are a lot of cute designs in here. Winter fairies. There's a little cardinal Christmas card holder. That's not a cardinal. She's sitting on a bird, though, of some type. I'm sorry, I'm not doing these pictures justice. But I got this book on eBay for $8, and that included shipping. The last one is Fairy Silhouettes, which is just what it says it is. Here's one that's a journal cover with just the silhouettes of fairies, all black and gray, I'm guessing. So, and that's it. And the rest of the book is just finishing. But this is called Cross Stitch Fairies, and you can look on Amazon and eBay. I found it on eBay cheaper than I did on Amazon, so that's why I got it there. So that's my book. And then I got some needle minders from Lisa Simmons at No More Lost Needles. I've been talking for 22 minutes. I've got to go get my daughter from school soon. No More Lost Needles on Facebook. She is out of the UK. Her name is Lisa Simmons. I don't buy from her as often as I used to, simply because I'm in the United States and the shipping has gone up and it's just a little bit too expensive for me, but she's great. She has great communication. Just a great person. And these are the minders I bought from her in July, I believe. The first one, these are the Disney Princess ones. This one is Ariel. And these are very small, but that's okay. I can't remember the millimeter, but they're about an inch, I would say. Thereabouts. About an inch. And then this is Snow White. And then I got Cinderella. And here she is. I'm sorry, I just moved the chair. I've got you situated on my teenager's computer chair, and it's one of those chairs that like spins, you know. So, sorry about that. I'm probably chopping off the top of my head with this video too. Alright, the rest of them are also from Lisa, and these are all Gilmore Girls related quotes. These are a wee bit smaller than the Princess ones. Here's Luke's Diner, Stars Hollow, Connecticut. And here is the Dragonfly Inn in Stars Hollow, Connecticut. She had these for a limited amount of time. I don't think she's still doing these. And this one says, people are particularly stupid today. I can't talk to any more of them. Michelle's wonderful little quote. I think it's in the very first episode of season 1. I'm not sure. That's backwards, but that's what it says. It's backwards for me. I can never remember if it comes out straight once I upload it. Oi, with the poodles already. Gotta love that quote. I don't have Where Have All the Anvils Gone. That's not one of my favorites, though. So I can live with it. This one says, woo, official Gilmore Girls fangirl. Cute. I think that's one of my favorites right there. I like it. And that's all my binders for this time around. Oh, I wanted to do a shout out, a couple of shout outs as well. I like Jessie Marie's idea. I was actually doing shout outs before I ever heard the term. I just wasn't calling them that, but I did mention a few stitchers in my first videos that I liked and told y'all to go check them out, but now I'm going to do it in a more official capacity. I've decided I'm going to do, today at least, I'm going to do an oldie and a newbie. One of the first floss tubers I ever saw was a lady, and I don't know if she ever mentions what her name is, but her channel is Craft Fun Forever. I hope that's right. I didn't write this stuff down. I probably should be a bit more prepared. Craft Fun Forever. I'm pretty sure. It's her channel name. God, I'm horrible. But yeah, just type in Craft Fun Forever and maybe put FlossTube attached to it or cross stitch and it should come right up. She's great and I learned a lot from her as far as ideas for how to organize your floss. She just seemed like every video she did, she had a great idea. I don't know how to link videos. I'll try to figure it out after I upload this, but if I can't figure it out, then just type in Craft, C-R-A-F-T, Fun, F-U-N, Forever, F-O-R-E-V-E-R. You don't need all those simple words spelled out now, do you? But yeah, go check out her channel. Now my newbie is a very nice lady that I just discovered a week or so ago. She reminds me so much of my friend Leanne from high school and her mother. Just her personality. She seems southern, but she's from up north, I believe. But she's got that southern hospitality type personality. Seems really sweet. She's doing some really great projects and having a lot of finishes lately. And her name is Jo. Her first name is spelled J-O, and her last name is Gregoire. It's spelled like Greg, G-R-E-G-O-I-R-E. Gregoire, I think. Jo, I'm so sorry if I'm massacring your channel name, but she only has a little less than 100, and I think she needs more subscribers. So go check her out. Jo Gregoire. Type in her name, J-O-G-R-E-G-O-I-R-E, and then type in FlossTube after that, and usually that's how you can get FlossTubers to come up. If it doesn't come up that way, type in cross stitch after it and it should. But if I can figure out how to link those two people, I will. So Craft Fun Forever and Jo Gregoire, go check out their channels. They're really great. They need more subscribers. Craft Fun Forever is not doing videos currently that I have been able to see. I found her channel in the fall of last year, 2014. But like I said, she's got great ideas and really pretty projects as well, as Jo does. So go check out those two ladies and let's support our floss tubers. Okay, I have just a wee bit more stash to show you. It's not a wee bit. There is a wonderful company website called rainbowstitchery.com, and the lady who runs its name is Laurel, and she is going out of business because she wants time to homeschool her children. I totally understand that. It's a great thing to do, and but it's not really her loss, but her decision to close down her shop is really our gain because she's doing some wonderful sales. She's done pattern and kit sales before, but recently she did a pattern and kit sale and did 60% off. And I went crazy and bought 20 patterns. 20! Yeah, I know. I want to ask y'all some things about these patterns too. I'm going to show you what I got, but I want to ask you some questions. This one's really cute. It's a Post Stitches by Sue Hillis Designs. I really like Sue Hillis Designs. I've never done any of her stuff, but I went through all the designers on this lady's website, on Laurel's website, and I looked at everything. This is all full cross, full X's, and some back stitch. It's a cute little design. Post stitches, a little quick stitching for every occasion. And it comes with a charm, and it says, "Not tonight, dear, I'm stitching." Has a little angel sitting on a cloud, cross stitching. "Not tonight, dear, I'm stitching." How many of us have wanted to say that? But what I wanted to ask you is, it says on the inside, here's some half stitches right here. The cloud is all made from half stitches. it says to make sure that the half stitches, that your crosses, the top leg of your cross stitch goes in the same direction as these half stitches. Now these half stitches are going from the bottom left to top right. Now that's usually the first leg of my cross stitch. My top leg of my cross stitch usually goes from bottom right to top left. And I think most people go that way. So what do I do? Just do my cross stitches backwards for this one project so that it will look right? Please comment below and tell me what you think I should do. Stash Queen, you know all this stuff. Share your wisdom with me, please. So yeah, it says that these little half stitches right here, can you see those? They're all going that way. It says the top leg of my cross should go the same way. And for me, that would be the opposite of what I normally do. So do I change it? Do I change the way I do my X's just for this one project so that it will go that way? Or do I make these half crosses go the other way? I can't, because then the cloud would be, it would be backwards. It would, just share, please, because I don't know. I will make mountains out of molehills really, really fast when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, my next kits are by Kit and Bixby. Never heard of this company before. They're adorable little houses. I've gotten this obsession with houses lately, like seriously. This one is called Love One Another. I need to go faster because I'm going to leave my kid and they're going to be mad at me. Love One Another, beautiful little house. And this one's called Care for Each Other. And the houses are very similar. See them side by side. They're both gray tones. But one says Love One Another and one says Care for Each Other. And the trees are different. They're on different sides. And there's slight differences. Sorry for the glare. But I just found these very cute. When they're finished, they're about 7 by 7, I think. No, they're 9 by 9. The design is. So not huge. And then I got the seasonal ones. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. And it's called Winter on Chestnut Boulevard, Spring on Chestnut Boulevard, Summer on Chestnut Boulevard, and Autumn on Chestnut Boulevard. And this is winter, an adorable little red house. Each one seems to have a bird sitting on the season name. And then we have spring, which is a beautiful little blue house with green and pink. Very pretty. And then we have summer on Chestnut Boulevard with a little girl on the swing. And then last we have autumn, which, yes, is my favorite. As some of you all say, autumn is your favorite. I love this yellow house. I live in a yellow house. So, I think that has a green door. It does. It looks green anyway. I can't tell. But there's leaves on the roof. See the leaves on the roof? Just adorable. And there's a kite. So, I really loved these patterns by Kit and Bixby. If you can, look them up. Visit Laurel over at rainbowstitchery.com. She might still have some great things left. Okay, these next two are by Sue Hillis Designs again. This one is called Paradise. And it says, Just Another Day in Paradise. And it's a beach scene. And it comes with this little charm of like suntan lotion. It's cute. It's like suntan lotion. I'm not really showing you very well. But anyway, I thought this was really cute. I live on the beach. It's not a good beach. I live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, so our beaches are crap. But I live about an hour to an hour and a half from Gulf Shores, Alabama, and they have really beautiful beaches, so I need to go there. I need a beach vacation. My back is starting to hurt just sitting here on this floor. Okay, Witch Hazel by Sue Hillis Designs. It says, Beware, witch with attitude. And she's flying sideways, not even sitting on the broom, just holding it. And there's a little black cat above her head who seems to be flying as well. I think this is just adorable. Don't ask me when I'm going to stitch all this stuff. I don't buy things to stitch. I buy things to hoard. Patterns anyway. Now these are two really cute stitches. It says Stitch with Sudbury, designed by Laura Doyle for Sudbury House. There's a mermaid and there's a pink flamingo. Here's the mermaid. She's got a string. You add pearl beads down this strand, and she's sitting in a little scallop shell. And then over here, there's a flamingo. Oh, Janet, look at the flamingo. That's Janet over at Trixie Stitches. It's another great channel to go check out. Now there, I've done 3 shout outs. But I just thought that was a lovely 2 patterns for the price of 1. Alright, I've got to speed this up, and it's not speeding. Stony Creek collection, the Boyd collection, Laverne and Shirley, bestest friends. Very cute. Lots of stuff going on in this one. Okay, y'all, I'm going to end this video because I got to go get my kid from school. And I'll see you in part 2 where I finish this stash. Bye!